under our Code of Conduct. This time, we are not discussing the investigator's report. It's not being considered by full council at this meeting. I am going to ask the two councillors that are involved if they would remove themselves from round the table, but because it's not the investigator's report that we are considering, you may sit in the public area, thank you. But you will not be part of the discussion. Thank you. So this report, at the moment, I am going to take it as read, but it is to decide on further action under the Code of Conduct, and it's after Councillor Shorter refused to accept and to carry out the action by the majority of councillors that was proposed by the majority of councillors at the last meeting. 2 material breaches were found against Councillor Shorter, and under our Code of Conduct, which we all signed up to, an action or a penalty is required. The one that was proposed was refused. Councillor Shorter refused to carry out that action, so we have to decide. The discussion now is to decide what alternative action is to be considered. No action is not an option under our Code of Conduct, and I think we just need to be mindful too. Councillor Shorter was found guilty of 2 material breaches, and I am only working this out through our report. So Councillor Cook, and they were against Councillor Cook and Council, so Councillor Cook is entitled to some form of recompense. So I want to deal with it now, and I'm going to open it up to comments and questions or any proposals put forward of any alternative action. We have the issues on page 38. There are 8 points that we could impose if we are of a mind to. And there is going to be discussion hopefully today on that. And then we can hopefully put this to bed and move forward working together, because I think it's really, really important. We're lucky to live in a country where we do have freedom of speech. I think we are, but it's but some people do ignore that, but we as elected members, we can't ignore that. All right? So the community looks to us for leadership, and I think and as role models, and I think that we must maintain a high standard of behaviour. So I'm going to open it up now. Thank you, members. If anybody's got a comment. Councillor Van Rooyen.
Your Worship, I have no comment. I would like to propose a motion, and my reason for doing that is we are here for the good of the community. Our job is to serve our community to the best of our ability, and hopefully we can learn from this and pause before we ever move the code of conduct complaint again. So I would like to move number 1, and I would like to move number 2, that Council writes a letter of censure to Councillor Shorter. The only reason I go with it is because, as you have pointed out, an action is required to do that would be the most sensible.
Thank you. Councillor Van Rooyen, there is a motion on the table. Is there a seconder? Councillor Bell. Councillor Van Rooyen has moved it. Councillor Bell is seconding it. I'm going to open it up for discussion now before I put the motion. Councillor Nature.
Your Worship, I speak against the motion. I spoke extensively last council meeting about Councillor Shorter's history of making complaints and accusations against fellow members of this council, myself included. I feel very strongly that I appealed to his convictions to make that apology. I didn't judge it myself, but I thought he would do the right thing, and he hasn't done it. In fact, in the last few days, he's impacted it even further by an email he sent all councillors just a couple of nights ago. and I'll quote just a couple of short pieces of it. Further to my apology issued at the last council meeting, it appears this is not enough. Certain councillors and the mayor wish to drag my good name through the mud. Now, there's only one person that's dragging his good name through the mud, and that's the person who keeps giving rise to these conspiracy theories. Further down in the body of the email, when he mentions what he wrote on Facebook, he said, I accept this comment was inappropriate, and I apologise to my fellow councillors, which includes Councillor Cook. Now that is disseminating things. He's having a bob each one on a one-horse race here, because at our previous meeting, the man wouldn't apologise to Councillor Cook. He made a general apology. Thirdly, he raises concerns of favouritism and bias, as he has in the past, about our Code of Conduct Committee, accusing us of being friendly with the people who done that examination. Now, I know both the gentlemen. They've been in Tokoroa a long time. Most of us probably do know them. I've never been to their house. They've never been to my house. And I don't think Councillor Cook would have been to their houses either, but I'm standing to be corrected. Councillor Sugar then goes on to consider that the mayor is bullying him and making threats against him. This is a long history of this, and I will keep it short by saying that my favourite option would be to ask him to tender an apology. Not an apology, sorry, his resignation. That's the first option as far as I'm concerned. But in the knowledge that this man appears to be ignorant to good manners, I guess that the best we could accept is a letter of censure and a vote of no confidence in the member. And if that's the will of this meeting, I will accept it, of course. But I think this man does not deserve to be on this council.
Thank you, Councillor Major. Is there any other comments from any other councillors?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I don't support the process that's been followed for the Code of Conduct. I also think that if when we send correspondence to other fellow councillors, is now going to be referred to in a public forum, then that should be made very clear. And I object to, with all due respect, Councillor Machin reading correspondence that was sent to councillors, because it's out of context. The email, if it's going to be referred to in part, in fairness, should be tabled so that it becomes part of the public record. Taking bits and pieces out of emails is one of the reasons we ended up in this situation. And I also take issue with respect, Your Worship, the terminology that you use to describe the findings of the investigators. This is a civil issue. It's not a matter of being found guilty or not guilty. The investigators found that the breach was proven, and using the terminology guilty tends to suggest that there's some level of criminality to the breach. It's not.
My apologies for that. That was not an intention to use those words. My apologies. It is only a code of conduct. I accept that.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm not supportive of both no confidence, and I'm not supportive of asking Councillor Shelter to tender his resignation. I think that it will be up to his ward to decide whether or not he should sit on this council, and I don't believe that the nature of the breach warrants such a serious response from council.
Thank you, Councillor Lipscomb. Are there any other comments? Councillor Lee.
Yeah, so as a council, particularly at the start of this term, we all over worry and decided as a collective that we would work together, come hell or high water. We'd always move forward, we'd forgive and forget. Any problem that we would have with each other should have at first been talked between the two people that were having that problem, and then maybe brought back within council before we even move to the code of conduct, I feel. Yesterday we all got a letter, we would have picked it up out of our inboxes. I'd just like to thank the letter writer for their sentiment, but council is a process and council does not work fast all the time. We have to allow for any evidence, any proof to actually happen. It's my opinion, and I was one of the people that actually voted or suggested that Councillor Shelter publicly apologise to Councillor Crook. And the vote went our way in the end. Now, because of his refusal to do that, we need another sanction. We can't just leave it sitting there, because as this letter said, then it makes the code of conduct toothless, which of course we know it isn't. But we were all trying 3 weeks ago to resolve the issue, but with Councillor Shelter refusing to apologise, it's now exacerbated the problem that we now have. And of course, a bit of history, Councillor Shelter his hatred for the pokies, and I see he's got some of his Feed the Families Not the Pokies members here to support him today, has been the real problem behind this code of conduct, I feel. Now, pokies are a permitted activity within our community and within lots of communities within New Zealand. The Department of Internal Affairs agreed with the proposal for the business to go ahead, the mega casino, whatever you want to call it, so it's a permitted activity. And I'm not saying that I agree with pokies, because I think within our communities they're not right. But that's my personal opinion, and that doesn't mean I don't agree with a permitted activity either, because you have to agree with a permitted activity because it's allowed by law. And the thing is, if you want to take a fight against the pokies, you have to take it to the government, because they're the ones getting a third of the income out of every dollar that goes into a pokie machine. It's not so much here in our community, it's actually the government. And I'd sign that petition, I'd be one of the first to sign that petition, because I don't like the way that people use those pokie machines. Of course, it is their choice, and at least in, like, you know, the establishment we were looking at running, we would have had checks and measures in there to actually help the people if there was a gambling problem. Now, I know I've seen personally down at the trees, I've been down there having a beer, and I've seen people walking in and out, get their money out, you know, from the through the EFTPOS machine, and there is no control. Even though they say there is control, there is no control, and people just spend their money willy-nilly. Now, Councillor Shelter, I'm sorry to say that I feel it's your hatred of that which has driven this code of conduct against Councillor Cook. And I still stand by, I agree with Councillor Van Roo, we need to have a letter of censure, but I also want to state again, I would like a personal apology to Councillor Cook from you. It's not a court of law, sure, no. We had two very good investigators look into the code of conduct complaint that they found against Councillor Shelter. If it was me, I'd man up, I'd apologise, I'd do my penance. But that's me. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any other comments? There is a motion on the table.
Just a brief comment. I say I'm forced just to be within council leaving to say it's a pity the matter wasn't resolved with a simple face-to-face apology. But the council has no alternative but to follow through what's in their code of conduct, and it's going to lead us down to a path where there's a little bit more division in this room than there is in reality, because overall council does get on well and do its business properly. this is an unfortunate distraction. It's taken already too much time on council and too much money, and it's really a lesson on all councillors just to be very careful what they say and do.
Wise words, Councillor Lucy, and I agree with you totally. Thank you for that. There is a motion on the table that the report is received, that Council chooses to write a letter of censure to Councillor Shorter. Councillor Van Roy has moved it, Councillor Bell has seconded it. All those in favour, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. And please those against. 1 against. Councillor Napolitan, are you abstaining?
Yes, thank you.
Do you want your vote recorded?
Yes, please.
So, thank you. Have you got that? Thank you. So the further penalty is that Council will write a letter of censure to Councillor Shorter. Thank you, people. Thank you. Moving on.